Hello, folks. It's me. I'm Biggy, and I'm back. And this is Let's Play Super Robot Wars A Portable. Yes, that's correct. It's the Science Fortress Lab at the control room in the beginning of my favorite series, Mazinger. Go, Majin Go. Majin Go. Majin Go. Yeah, awesome. Anyways, it's Professor Kabuto. It's Koji's father. Our medical staff has confirmed that he does indeed have amnesia. We believe it may have caused his crash landing. It has been caused by his crash landing. Well, it's nice to hear some confirmation. Now, let's hope it's just something temporary. Did he actually come down from outer space? Yes, we have confirmed his robot to be the object we had detected earlier. Normally, I would contact the EFF or the Earth Federation Force immediately, but is there something that worries you, Dad? If his robot actually ended up being a classified military weapon, we might end up being involved in some troublesome business. And I'm the guy who knows for sure he has amnesia. And I'm the only guy who knows for sure he has amnesia. We should just forget about it and see what happens. What will be, you know? You're the easygoing type, huh? What should we do about Biggy? Oh, unless the EFF gets officially involved, he'll be in our care. Please, try to get along with him. Hi, I'm Biggy, the guy with memory issues. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Well, that's one way to introducing yourself. Anyways, I'm Jun Hono. Tetsuya, come on. Tetsuya Tsurugi. Forgive him. He hasn't been himself lately. This is my usual self. No, it isn't. You're just flying off the handle with Koji for every little thing. This isn't the Tetsuya I know. Yeah, this has been happening since I came over here to the lab. That's completely unrelated. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Kenzo Kabuto, head of the Science Fortress Lab. Koji's dad, right? You seem to have gone through your own share of trouble. You mean this cybernetic body? Oh, well, I've actually grown to like it myself. Now that introductions are out of the way, I wanted to take some time to tell you what we've found out from analyzing Biggy's robot. Actually, just as a side note, Professor Kabuto died in the original Mazinger series, but he came back from the dead in a robotic cybernetics body as an android of sorts. Anyways, I'm all ears, Chief. That thing may be the key to recovering my memories. But there's not much I could say due to the amount of black boxes I've found, but at any rate, it is the official little name is the VRO2 Zenislev. Oh, crossing serious now, are we? It used the pilot type of registration system, so Biggy is the only person who can control it. What is the pilot registration system? VR? VR? Huh. What's the matter, Biggy? What's the matter, Biggy? He said, it's nothing. June, but thanks for asking. Please, Chief, go on. It's one of the latest military technologies. A unit registers a specific pilot's identity, including their fingerprints and voice. If the pilot doesn't match the registration, the unit won't activate. That's one heck of a system. Pilot registration systems. Well, I don't know. It doesn't ring any bells. What this tells us is that you must belong to a powerful organization. Hey, how'd you figure that out? As the chief said, there's an advanced system that the military has been developing. In other words, he must have been involved either with the military or with some other organization powerful enough to match them in technological advancements. I don't think fingerprint recognition is really advanced now, considering it's in every phone now. But, well, this was 10 years ago, so probably unrecognizable by that standards, but it's logical to use your brain, Koji. I've had it with your veiled insults. Calm down, Koji. And Tetsuya. Would you stop riling him up like that? Oh, dear. Koji, Tetsuya, answer me this. When you look at this robot, what do you see? Pretty badass robot with a sword, that's what I see. Well, it kind of looks like a fancy medieval knight? Nope, that's clearly a samurai. Clearly a samurai. Clearly a samurai. Very, very poor tongue twisting. You're both right. The Zenislev focuses on the use of blades in combat. When it gets close enough to attack with its various bladed weapons, it will display power matched by a few others.
Oh, seems kind of unpractical if you ask me.
From a boss who doesn't have any ranged attacks whatsoever. Boss, do you hear yourself actually saying these things? Okay. Biggy, did listening to this explanation jog up your memory a bit? I'm grateful for all the trouble you guys went through, but unfortunately I'm as clueless as I were before we started, you know. There's one part I was unable to fully comprehend. The engine and its energy distribution system. Oh, this is from a scientist, by the way. As you would expect, the frame is moved through electrical current generated by the engine. However, it seems to also make use of the pilot's own bioenergy. I wouldn't be able to say more without further analysis. Bioenergy from the pilot? Come on. Like, our human beings would burn to a crisp if we were using our own bioenergy for it. Both the robot and the pilot are wrapped in mystery. What a pair we make, huh? Oh, by the way, Chief. I've been meaning to ask. Who were those monsters we fought earlier? I have the feeling they're not the only enemy we're facing. Very well. I will summarize the current situation. Koji, Tetsuya, you should listen as well. Oh, the Great Marshal of Hell. Okay. Skeletor. It seems you failed to recover the robot, Great General of Darkness. I would have succeeded if it weren't for those meddlesome Mazingers. Seriously, translation team? Seriously? Same old story. To be quite frank, I don't even care about that robot. But now I have to deal with her constant rambling. It's quite tiring. That hysterical woman? Oh, shrouded in mystery. Let her yell. She's all bark and no bite. And we're back at the Science Fortress Lab control room. So let me get this straight. There's the Empire of Giganos, and then there are alien forces at the Mycanea Empire? Indeed. The enemies you fought earlier were Mycanean. I heard Giganos was making a lot of trouble lately. Yes, ever since their uprising, they've been trying to push their rebirth of humanity ideal. But there's just a bunch of warmongers, if you ask me. Rebirth? My dad told me about it. Basically, they believe that the only way to reduce overpopulation is to wage war in order to kill the weak. Oh, are you serious? They're just trying to justify their thirst for blood. Humanity isn't something you could simply decide to prune like a shrub. Well, the aliens of the Giganos are a lot of trouble, but I think the Mycanea Empire is the worst. According to Professor Saotome, it seems that we may be in league with the Hyaki Empire as well. Saotome, the mind behind Getter Robo. Yes, one of my other favorites.
Sheesh! What's with all these crazy enemies popping up all over the place, yo?
I got blasted from who knows where, losing my memories in the process, and ended up in the middle of a vicious battle for the sake of the planet. What's that saying? Out of the frying pan, into the fire? It won't be easy to fight back as long as our forces are all split up. For that reason, the super robots of Japan are being called together into a single group. Well, we're answering the call, obviously. I mean, the group is Londo Bell. How could you refuse? The Londo Bell? The Earth Federation Force Autonomous Corps. Londo Bell. They made a name for themselves back in the One-Year War. Earth Federation Force. Autonomous Corps. Londo Bell. Do those names sound familiar? No, not really. Actually, maybe a bit, I guess. I feel like I've heard them before. Oh, I've heard them before. And that's normal. That's normal. They're really famous. I would be normal in another case, but don't forget that he's an amnesiac. Try to focus. Is there anything come to mind when you think about those words? I'm trying, but nah, nothing's coming. I see. At any rate, the Maginger team will be heading to the Saotome Institute in order to join the Londo Bell. How about you go with them, Biggy? Well, sounds good to me. Who knows? Maybe I'll see something familiar? Oh, the more the merrier. Now hold on a moment. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him like this. We don't even know who he really is. He fought against the Mycanea Empire with us. Isn't that enough? I see no reason to doubt him. To fool your enemies, you must first fool your allies. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book. You should know even better than that, but you don't. You never know any better, Koji. Are you saying that I'm dumb? Is that it? Oh, Tetsuya. You too, Koji. Stop trying to pick a fight with him. I feel that they have some kind of unresolved issue. Yes, they do.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're always like that, yo.
Oh, good grief. Wop, wop, wop. Well, this London bell does sound familiar, and there's even the mysterious robot, the Zenislav. Just who the hell am I? Oh, some mysterious faces. How did it go? I'd like to say it all went smoothly, but I'd be lying. The enemy's energy spiked during transition, surpassing the safety threshold by a large amount, and it seems that we totally missed the transition point. Well, if this operation failed, we must move on to the next plan. Now, don't be so impatient. The transition of the unit itself was a success. Instead of acting from space, we'll now have to do it from the ground level, but that's no big deal. It's just that, well, out with it. The pilot's life shouldn't be in danger, but there may be some unexpected mental issues. Well, we're talking about him. As long as he's alive, he's going to manage. Oh my, I didn't know you had so much faith in him. No, I just trust him more than I would a puppet, that's all. You say that, but I still think you should give her a chance. She is more suited than he is for this kind of job. Well, if you confirm his failure, I'll consider that option. Oh, Biggy, please be well. Well, apparently we're actually having some sort of thing going on, but it's just gonna be one of those episodes where I go through most of the units that we have, and it's more of a supplemental thing. We can look at our pilots and look at our units, and we have plenty to look through. We've got some parts and pilots that we could actually train. I mean, we could give them gunfight skills, raise the range skills for our units. We could equip some new parts, and that will be they'll be doing it in a little bit. But of course, we're going to we could also upgrade units and weapons. Yeah, let's have a look at our pilots here. Biggy here. Let's see if we have any info. Man of unknown affiliation. Suddenly appeared doing a mysterious mech, and due to amnesia, the only thing he could remember was his name. But he has proven to be a skilled martial artist and pilot. Easygoing and cheerful attitude hides his burning emotions. Grr, arg. Yep. Does he have lines? Okay. Yeah, that's nice. And his unit. Is he? Oh wait. No. Okay. So there's Boss. Boss is Koji Kabuto's classmate. He's in love with Sayaka, and for this reason, he views Koji as his rival. And in order to compete with the Mazinger Z, he has had the 3 scientists of the Photon Power Lab build his own personal robot, the Boss Barot, which he used to fight together with his 2 cronies, Nuke and Mucha. Through most of the time, he was with his hindrance. Most of the time, he was more of a hindrance than anything else. However, he is also a very caring man of justice, and Koji considers him an irreplaceable friend. After the defeat of Dr. Hell, when the Mechanea Empire began its invasion of the surface, he cooperated with the Science Fortress Lab and fought alongside Great Mazinger. Just like Nuke and Mucha, Boss is a nickname and his real name is unknown, though there is a theory that it might be Susumu Boda. Yes, just so that makes sense. It's read Boda Susumu, so it's Bosu. Yep, as in boss. But here's Jun. Jun here is a pilot of the Venus Ace. A battle professional like Tetsuya, she was adopted from an orphanage and went through a very harsh training regiment. She's normally brave and determined, but from the time she gets overwhelmed by the complex she has about being an orphan and her ethnicity. Ooh. Okay. I'm not sure what her ethnicity is in this case, but anyways, let's have a look at Koji Kabuto here. He's the pilot of the Mazinger Z and the grandchild of the developer of Mazinger Z, Juzo Kabuto, and the son of the developer of the Great Mazinger, Kenzo Kabuto. He fought against Dr. Hell, who planned to conquer the Earth, to fulfill the dying wish of his grandfather, who was killed by Baron Ashura. Oh, it's his grandfather who was killed. Fair enough. At the death of his grandfather, he started living at the Photon Power Lab with his younger brother Shiro, as transferred to the Tojo High School as a first year. He's first year high school student? A lot younger than I remember. Okay. Both a dynamic and hot-blooded man, he is very cocky and often falls into enemy traps. He's also a very gentle man of justice, and he instantly gains the trust of people around him because he's simple. He has incredible reflexes, and he is particularly good on a bike. After defeating Dr. Hell, he went to study abroad at NASA with Sayaka. Wow. But when... study at NASA. Wow. But then at the time of the last battle against Mekanea Empire arrived, he boarded Mazinger Z once again to fight alongside Great Mazinger. Yeah. So, well, pretty awesome. Sayaka here is the daughter of Professor Yumi, of the pilot of Aphrodite A and the Diana Ace. Both are the older units. Aphrodite A is the older one. And instead of attending high school, she has helped her father with research at the Photon Power Lab. Oh, see, she's homeschooled. A strong-willed woman, and she quarrels with Koji a lot, but secretly worries about him more than others. However, as Koji is easily attracted to beautiful women, she often gets jealous, which breaks their teamwork and puts her in danger during battle. After the defeat of Dr. Hell, she went to study abroad at NASA with Koji, but at the time when the last battle against the Mekanea Empire arrived, she came back once again to help fight. Tetsuya here is the pilot of the Great Mazinger. Kenzo Kabuto adopted him from an orphanage when he was 7 years old and had him go through a very harsh training regimen in order to make the perfect pilot for Great Mazinger. Yep. So he was adopted from an orphanage alongside with Hono, and yes, he has a pretty much a complex about that. A robot built exclusively for battle. He has become a battle professional with no part of his body left untrained. Ooh, no part of his body left untrained. Oh my, oh my. Due to his upbringing, he speaks a very nihilistic way and it gives the impression of very hard to approach cold person, but he's actually very kind, albeit strict man of justice. While deep down he considers Kenzo Kabuto, the man who raised him, like a father, Tetsuya has a very serious orphanhood complex. For that reason, he was very jealous of the relationship between Kenzo and Koji, who had come back for the final battle against the Mekanea Empire, and makes mistakes that ends up causing Kenzo Kabuto... Ooh, spoilers! Okay, he was actually planned to be 22 years old when Great Mazinger started, but his age was actually changed to 18 soon after. Incidentally, in Gosaku Ota's manga, Tetsuya is portrayed is not as stoic, but he is still a very strict person. Spoilers, game. Very, very, very poor. Very, very poor game. Shouldn't do that. Let's have a look at some of the units. Hey, boss! Boss forced 3 scientists of the Photon Power Lab to build him a robot. Even though it's built with scrap metal and junk, it has managed to save Mazinger Z and Great Mazinger on numerous occasions. It was upgraded in various fashion on the boss's whims, and by the time the Great Mazinger TV series began airing, it was upgraded to be taller. It's only 12 meters high. Diana Ace. You can see here, Mazinger's feminine partner robot, built after Aphrodite Ace, was destroyed by Harper Mu-7. The Scarlet Mobile, Sakuya's bike, docks onto its head and becomes the cockpit. Oh, she's a biker. Yeah. Exposing the pilot to even greater danger than in Boss Barat. As opposed to Aphrodite A, it has features a higher battle power since it was built for fighting mechanical beasts. So, increased battle power, that's pretty cool. And over here we have Great Mazinger, a super robot created by Professor Kenzo Kabuto as a more battle-oriented version of the Mazinger Z to impose more battle-oriented. It really is a robot filled to the brim with weapons, but anyways. To oppose the surface invasion of the Mekanea Empire. Powered by photon energy, its armor is made to super alloy Nu Z. It is controlled via the Brain Condor, a small fighter that docks into a Great Mazinger's head via a process called Fire On. The Scramble Dash retractable wings stored in its back let it fly at Mach 4. That's really fast. Its weapon loadout is similar to Mazinger Z, but in addition it has weapons better suited for close-range combat, the Mazinger Blade, and extra high-voltage electrical discharge. Ooh, electrical discharge. The Thunder Break. The Great Booster, an external set of wings similar to Mazinger Z's Jet Scrounger, was developed to give it higher mobility and attack power, though it was hardly ever used in the original series. Its greatest moment of weakness is during the storing of the Scramble Dash. If the Great Mazinger is attacked in that instant, it will cease all functions. That's interesting to know. But here's Mazinger Z. Ah, Mazinger. Mazinger. Yeah, baby. Anyways, the super robot that Professor Juzo Kabuto completed after 15 years of work. However, the professor was assassinated by iron masks sent by Baron Ashura. Before dying, he entrusted Mazinger Z to his grandchild Koji. Powered by photon energy, so light, it's armored made of super alloy Z, a metal created by refining the Japanium ore discovered by Professor Koji Juzo Kabuto. Mazinger Z is equipped with various weapons, and it is said to have could match the power of the United States 7th Fleet. Wow! By docking with the Crimson Wind's jet scrander, it became able to fly. Furthermore, it possesses an overboost mechanism called Majin Power, which Koji can activate whenever he is in danger. Venus Ace right here. Feminine battle robot, partner of Great Mazinger, developed by Professor Kenzo Kabuto, opposes the surface invasion of the Mechania Empire. It is controlled by a small fighter, the Queen Star, that docks in its head. It has enough power to compete with the Warrior Beast. It later got upgraded with a Venus Grander that gave it a power of flight. Yes. And then Zenislev. Yes. New ability here. Double image. Yep. Humanoid mobile weapon equipped with the Go Kaiden or 5-element sword, whose fighting style revolves around fencing and slashing techniques. While the pilot's mind is linked to the robot via the direct feedback system like Soul Gain, it lacks the direct action link system that reproduces the pilot's movements, resulting in reduced mobility and movement tracking. The unit makes up for it by having enhanced propulsion system that allows for superior maximum speeds, as well as a cape which doubles as a shield, able to deflect certain kinds of beam attacks. Cool. That's all the units. That's all the characters. And we could equip some parts here. And let's see, we have the booster, which increases movement by 1. And we have the fuel tank, which replenishes energy consumable. Battleships can use this on other units. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have the Great Mazinger here put on a fuel tank, because he'll need it soon. And let's see now. Who could get increased movement? Mazinger Z could very well use the booster to increase his movement to 6. And that should do for the items. We could train pilots, and we could just give... we have a gunfight +1 and ranged units. But I'm thinking... let's have a look at our units here. The strongest unit, let's have a look at. Boss Barot is just not worth upgrading, so neither is Diana Ace. Great Mazinger is the only one that's kind of worth upgrading here, and it takes a lot of money to upgrade. HP upgrades are very costly. Armor upgrades is quite interesting as well. Mazinger's Z is pretty cool. Zenislev, however, is probably going to be the go-to upgrade here, because I want to increase his mobility. One of the more mobile units than the rest of these guys. Yep. And being able to dodge is pretty important in this game. But let's see here. I think I'm going to upgrade to mobility on the Zenislev. We have 7,000 left. And we're going to upgrade the Great Mazinger. And I think we could upgrade the Great Mazinger weapons as well. Yep. Yep. Okay. Can we upgrade any other units' weapons? No, I think we overdid it on the upgrades there. Nope. We have 3,000 left. And Great Mazinger. Could we upgrade something that's cost? Nope. 1,000. Yes, armor of Great Mazinger. Okay. So these will be our two main unit upgrades. It's good. We could equip some parts, but no, that's fine. And that's pretty much it. And that's probably going to be our first supplemental episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys next time for more story, more Super Robot Wars, more lore, and see you guys in a bit. It's me and Biggy, and I'll be back.